Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a brand new and exciting video. It is all about how to live a luxurious lifestyle. I know there are a ton of other videos like this on here, but this video I think it's going to be a little bit different than those videos. And I'm not here to tell you that you need to own a bunch of designer things to live a luxurious lifestyle, because I think when we think about living a luxurious lifestyle, that's what people think. They think they need to fly a private jet or, you know, on 10 Chanel bags and wear only designers. And I'm telling you, wearing designers does not equate to living a luxurious lifestyle. To me, living a luxurious lifestyle is more about living a quality life, living, you know, the best quality life. And you do not need $1 million or $1 billion to live a luxurious lifestyle. You probably live a more luxurious lifestyle than probably some of the people who have $1 million in their accounts, because they're not even living a quality life. So I think we need to kind of like reframe that. And also, don't let Instagram fool you, because at the end of the day, a lot of us on Instagram, we always show you, we only show you the highlight. It's a highlight reel of, you know, the best part of our days or whatever is going on. And do not be fooled by that, and do not let Instagram kind of like make you feel bad about not living a certain way or owning certain things. And I think we all kind of like fall into the trap. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need these things, or at least not all of it, to live a luxurious lifestyle. And also, you do not need to be a millionaire or a gazillionaire to live the most luxurious lifestyle. But first thing first, let me tell you what I'm wearing. I know, so late into the video. I am wearing this beautiful tweed jacket from Xoxo Rose. I have been in the market for a cream one for the longest time, because sometimes in the spring season I do need a really warm jacket to just put over my dresses, something that just looks super chic. And I thought that a tweed jacket blazer would be so much better than a regular blazer sometimes, because sometimes blazers can be really boxy and kind of like really masculine. I wanted a tweeded blazer. I got this one. I'm not even sure if it's the right fit for me, but I like it. And then underneath I am wearing this slip dress. It's kind of like in a champagne color. This is from Oak and Fort. I got this champagne color, and I also have it in the olive green. Now that I think about it, this is like actually a really good idea to pair like a tweed blazer with a slip dress. Because, you know, slip dress can just be like, you know, very intimate, which is something that you should wear underneath your clothes and stuff. But I actually love this look quite a lot. I like this. And my jewelry, both earrings and necklace, is from Susan Shaw. And Vanessa actually gifted me this beautiful watch from Incline, which is something that I've been looking for. It comes with the bracelets. It comes with 2 bracelets, so she took one and I took the other, because I had been looking for like a skinny watch like this that was more kind of like feminine. The one that I have from Michael Kors, I've had it for 7 years. It's my favorite watch, because it's kind of like the only one that I had. But lately I've just been feeling that it's a little bit too manly, and I wanted something that was a little bit softer. And yeah, Vanessa was right on with getting me this watch, because this is actually quite perfect. I think step one, or the #1 thing about living a best quality life and luxurious lifestyle, is sitting down and defining what that means to you. Me personally, since for as long as I can remember, actually, I've always had an idea of what my luxurious lifestyle looked like. I just wanted to live in a, you know, decent enough place, clean, and just have really good quality things around me. That I just wanted to just eat the healthiest food or the best quality food, and always have flowers around me. You know, exhibit A, B over here. That's one part of me living my luxurious lifestyle. And also make sure that I look clean, I have a nice smile, my skin is looking good, and so on. I think the first step is to actually sit down and describe what that means to you. What is a luxurious lifestyle means to you. And I think sometimes we get confused about what we want is because we don't actually sit down and ask ourselves questions and really think about what we want out of this life. So the faster you sit down and kind of like make a list, or I would say write down on how you'd like to live your best life, the easier it is, because now you have a sense of direction on what that luxurious lifestyle means to you and what it looks like. Your luxurious lifestyle could be just living on a farm and, you know, living in the country, or to you it could be living in the city. For me, it was living in the city for a very long time because, you know, I grew up in the countryside of things. So to me, I always kind of like equated a luxurious lifestyle with living in the city and having access to everything. I love convenience. So that's one thing for me in terms of living a luxurious lifestyle. I would spend like $1,000 on like Uber a month rather than spending $1,000 on a designer pair of shoes. That's it for me. But then again, I have friends who buy $1,000 pair of shoes and they'll take the train. Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. You know, to spend that much money on, you know, like designer shoes, and then, you know, I'm taking the bus with it. Not to say you can't take the bus with designer shoes, that's not what it means, but I think it's just like you have to understand, like, everyone has things that they're willing to spend money on and things they're not. Actually, a finance person kind of like put this down. He uses this term called money dolls. Everyone has their money dolls. We all have those things that we do not mind splurging on or spending money on, and then we have other areas when we do not spend money on those things. So it's kind of like different for everyone. So which is why I am here trying to like encourage you to just not look at just what other people are doing, what the luxurious lifestyles is to them, rather than trying to identify what that means for you. Also, you don't have to fake it till you make it. I mean, I always say fake it till you become it. I think that's better, trying to fake it till you make it, because once you become something, it just kind of like become part of your reality automatically. It's kind of like the art of manifestation, and then it's just kind of like becoming that. If you want to be rich, just like becoming rich in your mind first, and then, you know, the money comes to you, or whatever it is that you are trying to manifest. Again, don't think that you need to own 10 Chanel bags, or, you know, Gucci everything or Chanel everything to live a luxurious lifestyle. It does not equate a luxurious lifestyle. I love a good designer piece myself here and there, but I've always said I would never buy like a Chanel bag unless it's gifted to me, because the price just doesn't make sense to me to spend that much money on a handbag. Like on a Chanel handbag. It's so funny, I would buy like a Birkin, but I would spend, you know, 11 G's on a Birkin, but not necessarily 7 G's on a Chanel bag. It just, I don't know, it just, to me, it's just not worth it. Again, if it's for you, like, absolutely, it's fine. I think where I like to spend my designer money is more on shoes, which is very rare to me because I was never like a shoe person like that before. But I would rather spend money on shoes or clothes because I love clothes. I am like a clothes kind of girl. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm like a designer myself, you know. Since I was little, I was making my clothes. My mom used to be a seamstress or a designer, which is a fancy word for seamstress or something like that. But that is just me personally. I never wanted like a closet full of like designer handbag and stuff like that. Things like that, to me, it doesn't make me happy. But then again, I am happy to like shell, you know, that kind of money on like a fireplace or like a piece of furniture or like a piece of art or on staying at a hotel. Things like that makes me happy. Like, I would rather spend that kind of money on like an experience rather than just like a piece of leather or like handbag, you know, with somebody's name on it or logo. That is just me personally. But some other people, they would rather have a closet full of designer handbag. So I think it's just like, you know, defining what a luxurious lifestyle means to you. for me it's more like convenience. I love paying for convenience. Like I prefer paying for Uber rather than taking the train or walk, because it gets me faster, and then also I don't have to worry about standing in line, and then I don't have to worry about winning my shoes or winning my dress, and stuff like that. So I love paying for convenience, paying for food and things like that. That's my kind of description of living a luxurious lifestyle. It's always having flowers around me, always having candles all over my house, and having kind of like a clean house, paying for somebody else to clean my house for me, because I know I don't enjoy cleaning the house myself. Again, that stems from my childhood, because my mother kind of like raised me as a princess, never, both my brothers too. So which is why to this day I just cannot, I just hate chores, because I was never allowed to do chores. My focus was always get good grades in school, so I was not allowed to do anything until this day. My mom still doesn't really let me do anything. I had to, it wasn't until I was like 28 years old, how old was I when I moved? 27 or something when I moved out, and that's when I started doing things for myself. I didn't know how to make anything or cook anything until I moved out the house. You know, for as long as I lived under my mother's roof, there was no way I would learn to do anything, because she wouldn't let me do anything. So, and that's why to this day I absolutely hate doing chores. So to me, living my luxurious lifestyle include paying someone to clean my house and do these things and do laundry. Why don't we go ahead and get into this video? Like I said, this video is gonna kind of like cover all areas of living your luxurious lifestyle. Number one is probably the most important one, because your appearance is the first thing that people see. Number one thing when it comes to your appearance is probably your smile, your teeth. I don't know, I used to judge people based on their teeth. I feel like if your teeth is not like clean enough or decent enough, that just means you just do not take care of yourself. And I don't know how much I want to associate with someone, you know, myself with someone who doesn't really like, you know, take care of themselves. So that's it for me. And one thing that I noticed with like a lot of wealthy people, with people that has money, they always have the best smile. Like their teeth are always on point. Like they just put emphasis on that. And I think your teeth is very important, because in business you talk to people, you know, well, before when we used to do it, you know, live rather than over Zoom, and your teeth is kind of like one of the first thing that people see, because if you smile, you start talking at them, like they have to see your teeth. So me personally, I love going to the dentist. I wish I could go to the dentist like every month. That's obsessed I am with my teeth looking good and clean, especially now since I drink a lot of red wine and I drink coffee. My teeth get stained quite easily, and I am so sad I am not allowed to kind of like go to the dentist like every month. I would love to. So the things that help me with getting my teeth clean is the Crest Whitening Emulsions, which they launched last month, and this stuff is amazing. For this activates and get your teeth kind of like white in like 3 minutes. You put this on, but I also have the light thing, the LED. So you put this on, you wait 30 minutes, then you put the LED, and then your teeth is white. Or you could just put this on and you're good to go, and you have a brighter smile. So I do this every time I kind of like have to film a video. Before I film every video, or every time I have to kind of like meet friends for dinner, lunch, or whatever it is. So I always do this to kind of like brighten my smile. And another thing that I discovered like 2 years ago, I believe, or even more so, it's this Ecodent. It's an extra bright whitening powder. So this kind of like tooth powder, the way that I use it, I put it on top of my toothpaste, and then I use it about 3 times a week, and just instantly it gives you a brighter smile. So I've been using this for the past few years, and this stuff is amazing. I use this one quite often. I would say about like 3 times a week. But again, like investing in your teeth, make sure you are brushing your teeth like twice a day. Or even 3 times a day, to be quite honest. Don't ever go to bed without brushing your teeth, because you do not want to live sugar. I think that thing scars me for life. Like the minute that I learn that my teeth will rot, like if I go to bed without brushing them, because there's still like sugar and stuff, like I think I was probably about like 7 years old, and from that point on I never went to bed without brushing my teeth, like never. Like, and that's why I think this habit kind of like stuck with me until in my old age now. Because since I was little, I've been very keen on brushing my teeth like twice a day. And I used to even, there's one thing we do back in Haiti. We use charcoal, we put it in a piece of cloth, we crush it, and then we whiten our teeth with it. It's like the most natural way and the best way to whiten your teeth without going to see the doctor. But I can't do that now because we don't have charcoal here. Back home we cook with charcoals, and then you can just take a piece and use it to whiten your teeth. But I can't do that now, which is why I use the Crest whitening emulsions, which I'm in love with, and then that acronym. So your teeth is kind of like that #1 thing I think that you should invest in. It's kind of like the first thing that just give a good impression on people. And I do feel like if you want to live a luxurious lifestyle, you want your teeth to just look the part, you want it to look good. The next component to your appearance is skin. Your skin is very important. It doesn't matter how much makeup you put on. If your skin underneath is not clean or clear, it's just not going to do anything. And also it's just not going to, you know, help your skin in the long run. I myself, I suffered with acne in my adult life, and that's because I wasn't, it was pollution, because it was just the time that I moved into the city. Also my diet, because it was just the time that I started cooking for myself and I was eating dairy every day. And then what else was it too? And then I wasn't cleansing enough. So it was just like one of the hardest period of my life for that, I think, 2 years when I dealt with just acne. And then and I was doing everything in my power. That is one thing. When it comes to my skin, I just think like your face is your passport. You should put your energy towards, like, you know, make sure it's clean and stuff like that. I do not mess around with my skin. I would never go to bed without taking off my makeup. It doesn't matter how tired I am. If I get home at 2, 1 a.m., it does not matter. And then when I see people do that, and I'm like, how? Like, your skin is literally your passport. Like, you cannot. Like, I think skin is very important. You have to make sure you have good skin and work on it. And, you know, I made sure I cleaned up my diet, and I started cleansing, triple cleansing. I was washing my face. Still this day, I wash my face about 4 times every night if I wear makeup, just to be sure that every little inch of makeup is removed from my face, because I just do not play around with my skin. And you know, go see a doctor, go see a dermatologist. There's like so many technologies available these days to help with your acne. So I would say invest in that, because I know how acne can just take such a big dip on your confidence. Like, I know it did for me. It's not a fun thing to deal with. And also be compassionate to people that are dealing with that, because it's just not the easiest thing. But I do think that if you're having skin issue, I think, you know, you should do kind of like, I'm sure you are doing everything in your power to get it under control. So I do think having good skin and clear skin, you know, should be part of living a luxurious lifestyle. In terms of other appearance, of course, make sure that, you know, you wear nice enough clothes. Again, just because you wear H&M doesn't mean that you're not living a luxurious lifestyle. I think it really depends on your taste, your style. You can live a luxurious lifestyle and shop only at H&M. I think it's just about like making sure you wear clean clothes, you know, your clothes are ironed and not wrinkled all the time, you know, you look clean, your hair's done, your makeup is done. And also I think adding a little bit of makeup just kind of like make you look a little bit more polished. I know a lot of people just are so proud to say they don't wear any makeup, and I'm like, okay, did you just win an Oscar for not wearing any makeup? And I'm like, okay, that doesn't make you special at all, actually, if you don't wear makeup. I do think makeup kind of like add and enhance what you already have. And I feel like sometimes I see like beautiful ladies dressed really nicely, but then again they don't wear makeup, and I feel like that kind of like took away from their look. I just think like adding a little bit of makeup, it doesn't have to be foundation. If you have amazing skin, it could just be adding a little bit of lip gloss or mascara. And I see it in my mom all the time, to be quite honest. This is not talking bad about my mother, but she's just like beautiful naturally, and sometimes she dressed really nice, and I just felt like if she just add just a little bit of lip gloss and just add a little bit of mascara, that would take her look from like 0 to 100 and she would look a lot more polished if she just added a little bit of makeup. Again, not a cake face, you don't have to do a cake face all the time, but I think it's just kind of like keeping it clean and keeping it simple is the way to go. And then of course, one thing that I forgot to mention in terms of appearances is your fragrance. Having a signature scent is very important when it comes to living your luxurious lifestyle. You just want that scent to kind of like identify you almost wherever you go. Like I know for myself, like around like the opposite sex, the perfume that I always wear is a Baccarat Rouge, and I can tell you, like, I always get a text that, hey, you know, I like miss your smell, I miss your scent, because this perfume just like, it just leaves a long lasting impression on anyone. And I think if you want to smell rich and luxurious, this is the #1 fragrance that I recommend. This, oh my goodness, it is amazing. Find your signature scent, like whatever that is for you. It could just be any fragrance that makes you feel like $1 million. Do that. It doesn't have to be Baccarat Rouge for you. To me, it is Baccarat Rouge is the #1 one. The other one that I really love, it's from Bulgari, is this Fantasia Veneta. And what I love about this collection, it's called the Allegra Collection, and this is one of the core perfumes. It comes with like a magnifying essence, so technically it's supposed to kind of like enhance the core fragrance, or amplify it and personalize it, which I think is super cool, because sometimes you wonder if you all buy the same perfume, because I know a lot of my friends, we all wear Baccarat Rouge, and sometimes what I do is I would spray another perfume to kind of like give myself, to personalize it. So that's the only scent for me personally, which is why I think the Allegra Collection is brilliant. It's just like having a magnifying essence to kind of like enhance the core fragrance is just brilliant. So I said, find your signature scent. Just like find that scent that just make you feel like $1 million. So when you walk somewhere, you just feel like, hey, I feel like $1 million. The second part I would say to living your luxurious lifestyle is to revamp your home. Again, you don't have to spend a lot of money on furniture. I think Home Goods, it's like one of the most amazing places where you can find really good prices, and of course Wayfair. Like these days, it's not like in our parents' time when you only could count on Wimmer and Flanagan with those kind of like old clunky furniture, which now that I'm falling back in love with. So we're not in those times anymore. Nowadays, like decor, like home fashion, it's just like so accessible to us. There's so many ways that you can revamp your home. It doesn't matter if it's a rental. There's like so many things you can do that just cost very little money. Like I revamped my kitchen. If you've seen my kitchen before, which you probably have, if you go back to my previous vlogs, you would see my kitchen, you know, just adding the backsplash and just adding the marble countertop just like completely changed the look of the kitchen. There's like so many little updates that you can do to your home to just make it feel lived in, to make it feel more you, especially if you're not in a position to buy a place yet. Or if you're like myself, you don't even want to buy a place because you do not know where you want to settle down. That's been my #1 thing as to why I said I would never buy a house, to be quite honest, because I've always considered myself like a nomad, like an adventurous. I never really wanted to be tied down anywhere. But now thinking about it, you can buy a place and you can always rent it, and also that's a place for you. You can always come back to it if you need to. Now that I see it a little bit different, but before, I would say like before a year ago, buying a house was never of interest to me because I've always wanted to just kind of like live somewhere for like 5-10 years, then move to somewhere else. I love adventure. I love trying out new things. I'm not one of the person who just like lived in there's, you know, that one city for like their entire life. I don't think that could ever be me. But that's just me personally, and I think it's a little bit easier for me because I am an immigrant, so I kind of like left my home country, so I guess that makes it easier for me and a little bit more adventurous in that way, to just not be scared of just like moving away. There's so many YouTube videos that can just show you how to revamp your home. It could just be repainting your walls, which is like the easiest way to upgrade your space and just make it feel like you, something that you like. You don't have to wait until you buy a place. I know it's frustrating for me because I cannot do everything that I want to do in this space, but at the same time, I think that I've done enough where I feel like, you know, it's at a point where I quite like it. Another component to living a luxurious lifestyle is just to make sure your home smells good. It's the same way that you want to smell good yourself. You want to make sure your home smells good. In that case, I would say home fragrances or candles. Of course, I always recommend Jo Malone or DadouChic. My favorite from Jo Malone right now is the Peony and Blush Suede. This is my favorite candle, and also perfume. It's just, oh my goodness, this smells divine. Oh my god, this is amazing. It's just like so amazing. And my favorite DadouChic is I love this. This is like very sweet and nice and sexy. I love this. Like when you come to my house, it's just like every corner of my house has a candle, because like my entire house is just like filled with like beautiful aromas. I've always wanted to feel like I live in a dream, or like, I don't know, since I was little, like I said, I wanted my life to be very romantic, and I wanted my house to be romantic. I wanted my house to smell good, which is why I love having flowers. I buy flowers every chance I get. Like every time I leave the house, I have to come back with flowers, and I have them, like I said, in every corner of my house, because flowers make me happy. I would say spend money on the things that makes you happy. If it's flowers for you, do it. If it's candles for you, do it. Like whatever that is that just makes you happy, just do that for yourself. So for sheets, you know, make sure you just get your silk pillowcases. It's good for your skin, it's good for your hair, and have good quality sheets, because you spend a lot of your time in bed. Make sure you invest in a good mattress, and those things, you know, can help you lead a very luxurious lifestyle. When you prioritize those things, as I said, living a luxurious lifestyle, it's also living a quality life. And the next area of your life, when it comes to living a luxurious lifestyle, I think it's health. Again, if you do not have your health, you do not have anything. It doesn't matter if you have $1 million in the bank. If you're not healthy, it's just like you're not living, honestly. So I would say just like invest in yourself, making sure that you know, sleeping, you're getting your beauty rest, you are eating healthy, and of course, you know, always indulge like here and there. I indulge quite a lot myself, because I think that, you know, it's a good balance. I don't want to live my life just like solely just like rigid. I think that's the whole point of living a luxurious lifestyle, because you want to be able to eat the things that you love as well. So, but then again, you have to make sure you're healthy. You have to make sure you invest in your health. You're working out, you're eating good foods, you know, that are good for your body, and you know, you're getting your rest, you're getting your beauty sleep, you are moving around. So I would say your health is literally everything that you have. If you do not have that, you really do not have anything. So I would say that, you know, investing in your health is very important. It's probably one of the most important, if not the most important thing that you can do for your life and living your luxurious lifestyle. And the last one I would say is mindset. So you have to make sure you invest in yourself. Like, in order for you to truly live a good quality of life and a luxurious lifestyle, you have to invest in yourself. And that could be reading. I think reading is one of the most wonderful way for you to invest in yourself. I cannot tell you how much I've learned through books that changed my life, more than anything that I've learned in school, to be quite honest. The books that I've read for the past 5 years have shaped my life. It's just in a direction that I would have never imagined, compared to how long have I been in school for, 18 years or whatever, or less than that. That I spent in school. It's just like, book can change your life. Just like someone else lives experience put into a book that you can digest in like a few hours can literally change the trajectory of your entire life. And 3 books that I would recommend. The number one is Mindset, because I think if a lot of people read the book Mindset, it will change your life, because especially like much older people, because they think that they're born a certain way, they can't change. But I'm here to tell you that you can change. Once you read Mindset, I think it's gonna trickle down to a lot of other things. And the second book that I would recommend is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It's one of my favorite books. It really kind of like tell you that, you know, if you want anything in life, the universe conspires to help you, as long as you put your mind to it. Is finding out what is it that you want in life, and go for it. Like, you have to expand your mind And I would say my third book, which is a book, this one is a very hard to read book, is The Power of Now. That book, I guarantee you, like, it will change your life. But it's not for everyone, that book. Well, it is for everyone, but it depends on the time in your life. Because I was gifted that book and I did not read it for like 3 years because I was not ready. I was not prepared to go through that journey. And then when that time came and I read it, it was a perfect time that I needed that in my life. That book will change your life, The Power of Now. And I will say, expand your mind, take a class. Like, if there's something that you've always wanted to do, take it. Like myself, I love investing in myself because it's the best investment that you can make. And which is why I actually love living in the city, because there used to be so many classes. I used to love going to like, I used to take communication classes. I used to take like, you know, how to storytell. Obviously, I'm not doing a good job because I still cannot tell a story well, but I'm learning, I'm getting there. I think the reason for me is because, you know, when you learn a language, I mean, when you're born into a language and you spend your entire life learning it, and then now having to move somewhere else and start over, then I think that's why it's a little bit more difficult for me to just like tell stories, because I'm so used to telling stories a certain way. Now I have to learn a whole different way in a way. But yeah, take a cooking class, learn how to make pasta, take a painting class. There's so many of those classes. Like, expand your mind. Like on Udemy, I take so many classes on Udemy. It's like $9. It could just be how to like do Photoshop, how to be a Reiki master, how to do, you know, how to be a Pilates teacher or a yoga instructor. There are so many classes. When I see people say they're bored, and I'm like, in the age of information, how could you ever be bored? Because we have so much information than our parents have ever had the privilege to, and we have so many things available to us at our fingertips. And I love learning. I'm always trying something new, like always trying something different. I just, you know, do not rest on your laurels. Just like always out there, just like expanding your mind, learning. And also another component, I think, to living a luxurious life is to be generous. Nothing like a cheap person. I just do not mesh well with cheap people. Like, if I know you're cheap, like, I am done with you, honestly. We just cannot be friends. Because cheap people is just hard. There's a difference between someone who's frugal or who's someone who's on a budget than someone who's cheap. And I just do not mesh well with cheap folks. And sometimes being cheap costs you way more than, you know, when you do things the right way. But I would say be generous. Like, you know, just be a good tipper. Like, I hate bad tippers. Like, if I go out with you, you don't tip well, I probably never go out to eat with you again. That's just my rule of life, honestly, because I think you should treat people that serves you food with the most respect. Like, I have like the most respect for people who works at restaurant to serve me food. It doesn't matter how bad the service is, because you never know what people are going through. Because I know sometimes in my old job, you know, if I was having a bad day, I didn't want to talk to anyone. And, you know, and I still get paid the same. And as opposed to someone else who works in the service industry, then it's a lot harder if they go into something and then sometimes they may take it out on you, but they may not, you know, they may not mean to do that. So kind of like have compassion. And I think being generous and being compassionate is a component of living a good quality life. Being generous, you know, donate your time if it's your time, or give to charity or whatever it is, to living a luxurious lifestyle, because when you give, you get 10 more. All right, guys, this has been some of my tips on how to live a luxurious lifestyle. I know it's probably what you were expecting, like, you know, going to Chanel and dropping like 10 G's and stuff like that. I just do not think that's living a luxurious lifestyle to me. You know, that's not my meaning of living a luxurious lifestyle. Again, I think it's just like personal to everyone. Just kind of like sit down and figure out what that is for you. Do let me know if you've learned some things from this video. And let me know also some of the tips that I have missed. Maybe I can include them in another video. I could do a follow-up video to this one. And also do let me know what other type of videos along those lines that you would love to see from me. Thank you again so much for your time and for watching this video. I will catch you in my next one. Bye bye.